Okay, everybody, as you can tell now, you can probably see my screen, and if you can see my screen, again, let me know. I want to make sure that you guys are all dialed in and connected here, and we're going to get started in just a second here. All right. Slideshow from the beginning, from start. All right. Excelente. Perfect. You can see my screen. You can hear my voice. We are good to go. Thank you all. So today's webinar is all about how to get them to know, like, and love you. And it's about email marketing for fitness professionals, and that is you. Now, the reason this is really important is over the last year especially, email marketing has somehow magically started working better than ever. Now, as you probably know, that I created FitPro newsletter about, 6 years ago now, and several thousand personal trainers use it to communicate with their clients and customers and prospects and subscribers. However, lately it's been the most amazing thing that we've seen, and here's why. First of all, you have to understand why email marketing works so well. And I want to explain this to you guys because in addition to your weekly FitPro newsletter, if you're able to do the few things I'm going to teach here in this webinar for you, then you're going to have anywhere from 300 to 500% greater response from your prospect list. And that is huge. Imagine sending out an email for an offer and then getting them on board to a short-term program and then converting them into long-term clients, right? That's what you want. So why does email marketing work so well? First and foremost, you have to understand that fitness is not an impulse purchase, right? If someone is looking to lose weight, to gain muscle tone, gain energy, improve their confidence, right? Better their health, they obviously know that going to the gym is not going to do it. You know, people looking for a personal trainer are not people looking for a gym. Those are two separate types of people. And so what you have to realize is people looking for a personal trainer know that they're going to spend a good amount of money. And so unlike a Starbucks purchase or a Subway sandwich purchase, it's not like, gosh, I'm hungry or I'm thirsty. Let me stop into that place and get a personal trainer. That doesn't happen, right? Gosh, I need to lose some fat. Let me stop in and get a personal trainer today. What really happens is they do research, they ask around, they hear from you, know about you, learn about you, see social proof, and then make a decision that they either know, like, and trust you or all the above. So very much like all other experts, like doctors, attorneys, and accountants, trainers must be known, liked, and trusted first before you could ever ask for money. And this is why, as a trainer, you can't just go out and buy an email list from those list brokers and send out an email for a promotion and expect to get clients. That would be an impulse purchase. You can do that if you were selling Nike shoes. You can do that if you were selling some, cheap, maybe $30 or less wristwatch that's something cool or magical about it, right? But you can't do that with a multi-$100 per month training program, and that's what everyone here needs to understand. That, just like you would want to learn about the doctor that you're about to go see, what is his success rate with his patients? What are his bedside manners? Is he good at what he does? Same with an attorney, an accountant. It's through referrals. It's through word of mouth. It's through knowing people who have worked with them before. It's through them positioning themselves, right? And so I'm going to show you how you're going to do all that, and it's actually a lot easier than you think. Now, another big benefit to email marketing is that you have clients on tap. And what I mean by clients on tap is you really have this opportunity to send out an email to a list of people who are waiting to hear from you, and they will act on whatever offer you make them, whether it's a 14-day fat furnace program, a 21-day rapid fat loss program, a 16-day sexy slim down. But that only happens, the whole client on tap thing only happens when you've done a few specific things really well. And I'm going to teach you that today in this broadcast. And of course, the biggest benefit that I see is email marketing today is super cost effective compared to any other marketing strategy you can put out there. Most marketing strategies have two value structures. They either cost money or they cost time and effort. And we can put a direct translation on your time and effort. And so if something costs money, well, then obviously you want it to pay you back as quickly as possible to at least break even. If it costs you time and effort, well, then that's money that could have been used elsewhere. And of course, email marketing is the most reliable marketing method for fitness professionals. And again, I'll explain why, and it's all going to make sense to you in a second here. So let's talk about building your list. How do you build your list? Well, first and foremost, you have to understand that the core number one way you're going to build your list is off your website. See, Google has become really good at positioning your website on Google Local or Google Places, right? Which is that little map when someone searches your city and personal trainer or your city and fitness boot camp. Um, Google will usually show the local businesses first and then global businesses. And so, it really doesn't take a lot of effort on your part to get found on the search engines for one or two keywords. Now, then the argument might be, well, wait a minute, how do I get found for all these other keywords like fitness center and the city name, boot camp city name, personal trainer city name, personal training, etc. There's actually 22 other keywords, and that's a whole other broadcast and webinar on search engine optimization, local search engine optimization. That's something we do for our Fit Body Bootcamp owners, where we optimize their websites for 22 keywords, and so that's something I know intimately well. However, Google is not going to automatically rank you for 22 local keywords. So if your main website, talks about personal training, they'll probably rank you on the Google local for personal training in your city name. If it's about fitness boot camps, they'll rank you on Google local for fitness boot camps in your city name. But they're not going to rank you for 22 keywords unless you put some effort and money behind that, or very much like what we do with our Fit Body owners. So here is Josh Carter's website. This is carterfitness.com. Please, please, please do not go and swipe this look, design, testimonials, and copy. I helped Josh write this copy. These are his clients and testimonials. This is his artwork that he put up there. But what I want to show you is, right off the bat, when you get to the page, the very first thing you're going to see is this thing right here in the upper right-hand corner. And that, by the way, that's Josh, and that's his wife, who's in her 40s. And she looks amazing, Denise does. So kudos to her. But you're going to see this in the upper right-hand corner, a free report, right? Instant download, free ebook, 7 tips to lose 7 pounds in 7 days, right? You just put your name and email address in there, and you click download. And voila, you're on Josh Carter's email list, and then he gives you what he promised, which is this free report, right? You can download it instantly. And we'll talk about all this other stuff later on. Now, here's another example of that. Here's our Fit Body Bootcamp sites, right? You look across the top, what do? We give social proof right away. This woman became that person. That person became that guy. This woman here became that person. And so you could see a huge change in people. So instantly we show transformations, right? We have a video here for transformations, like Josh had his video up in the top there in that corner. We have our videos here, where you would click that and it would open up real big on the screen. And that's important. But what's even more important is right up here in this upper right-hand corner, that opt-in, right? We want to make sure that our Fit Body Bootcamp owners are building their email list. So we're offering the free 13 Untold Ultra Fat Loss Burning Secrets and an audio program, right? Just enter your primary email address in there, click download, voila, you get access to the audio program and the free report instantly. And that's a huge plus because the person's now on that email list, and if you have an autoresponder set up, they're going to get that autoresponder sequence. If you don't have an autoresponder set up, that's okay. They're going to get contacted by that trainer now on a consistent basis. And that's where the relationship building begins. And like any other expert service out there, like a doctor, an attorney, an accountant, you and I as fitness pros are experts, and therefore we have to build a relationship of trust and likability. So let's talk more about email list building. Well, how else do you build your list other than your website, right? So you have that opt-in on the upper right-hand corner. It's a pretty good opt-in, offers a free report. And if you have fitpronewsletter.com, then, well, there's about 9 different opt-ins that you could put on there that we've already created for you. We've written the reports and give you the opt-in boxes. But you could also, and this works really well, get lead boxes in your community. Now, you might have heard that lead boxes don't work so well because the people that you call from those lead boxes, they never pick up the phone, or when they pick up the phone, they don't remember filling out the forms, etc. Well, guess what? The real way to use a lead box these days are not about calling them. I mean, you should still have an assistant or somebody call the people whose names you get from a lead box. But your lead form should ask for name, email address, and phone number, right? And so if you're calling them and you're not getting a hold of them, you don't just throw that lead slip away. You put that email address into your FitPro newsletter account. You add them to your email list. And now, whether they remember or not, whether they filled out that form or not, over time they're going to get to know, like, and trust you through the content that you're going to deliver. And I'll talk to you about that in just a second. So don't discount lead boxes thinking, gosh, they don't work in my community. That's bullcrap, because if you buy 20, 30, 50 lead boxes and you have an awesome looking lead box, and you can see examples of great looking lead boxes on my blog, ptpower.com. Just type in the search box lead boxes, and some of my coaching clients' lead boxes will pop up. You can just model those. Don't copy them, but model them. Then what you're going to find is you're going to have this ability to build a list around your community, an email list, and then take all those email addresses and add them to your email service provider, right? Now, another way to do this is to get a list of your current contacts, right? So not only are you getting people from your website, from lead boxes, but you already have a list of current contacts. You have clients already. You probably have past or former clients. You have prospects, people that you've sat across from or you've talked to but who haven't purchased your program. You probably have their email addresses on a PAR-Q or a liability release somewhere. You have business contacts, people who are your neighbors, right? Other businesses that you've dealt with. Ask them if you can add them to your weekly email broadcast, to your FitPro newsletter list, right? And you probably have or can get media contacts, right? Ask them, say, hey, you know what? I'm a local fitness expert, and I put out a weekly FitPro newsletter. It's an awesome newsletter that gives great content, a great article, a fitness tip, and a healthy recipe. Would you mind if I put you on that? It might give you some ideas for stories. So put local media on there as well. Now you're already starting to build a list. Between your list of current contacts and the traffic you've gotten from your website, you should already start off with at least 50 to 100 people on your email list, right? Now, moving on, there's endorsed email drops. Well, wait a minute, Bedros. You told me email broadcasts to other people's lists don't work. Right, that's right. However, an endorsed email drop is kind of a hybrid of sending out to other people's lists, but they're endorsing you. And the other people we're talking about, it's not just random lists that you would buy from a list broker. We're talking about the people who are your business contacts. So let's say that you have a great relationship with the chiropractor in your community. You refer to him, he refers to you. Let's say he's got a list of 400 people on his email list. Well, he might write an email. What you're really better off doing is you write the short email, about a 200-word email, saying, hey, this is Dr. So-and-so, and I wanted to let you know about my friend Bedros. He's a personal trainer here in town, and on his website, he's got this really great free report called, 7 Secrets to Losing 7 Pounds in 7 Days. He's given this report away free to all my friends and customers and subscribers. Here's the link to his website where you can download it for free. Now, if that doctor mails out for you, right, all that traffic goes to your website. If he sends it out to, I don't know, 400 people, maybe 200 people open the email, and let's say 30 to 40 of these people end up downloading your free report. You just gained 30 to 40 new prospects, right? These were people in the community. They were suspects. Now they're on your email list. They're prospects. And what your job is to build a relationship, indoctrinate them, get them to know, like, and love you, so that they can become paying clients. Now, you can do endorsed email drops with the tanning salon, the chiropractor. You can do it with the day spa. You can do it with the hair salon. You can do it with the dress shop. You can do it with the cosmetic surgeon. You can do it with the nail salon. Look at all these people that you can build a relationship with and have them mail out for you. And likewise, if they ask, you should mail out for them as well, right? It's only fair. So, how do we build that know, like, and trust factor once we have this email list building process going, right? Because you've got your website, that's getting traffic, and you're building a list because you've got your opt-in on the upper right-hand corner. You got lead boxes out there. You've got local businesses mailing out for you. You've got your list of current contacts on there. And so, you should have, but within a couple months, if you have a 0-person list right now, within a couple months, There's no reason why you couldn't have a 300, 400, 500 person email list. And if you do, then the thing you want to do now is not just send them an email that says, hey, come buy personal training from me. That's probably the fastest way to destroy a relationship with these people and desensitize them. Instead, what you'll want to do is you want to actually start building a relationship. And so let's talk about that. Because once they know, like, and trust you, they will buy from you and they will tell others about you. That's just how professional high-end services work, right? It's not an impulse buy. People know, like, and trust you first and then give you money second. So what do? First of all, we have to send out emails 2 or 3 times per week, right? Now you want to be consistent with these emails. You don't just send out 2 or 3 times per week for a couple weeks and then stop mailing out for 3 months. I've seen way too many trainers do that, and they end up actually desensitizing their list. Their list doesn't recognize them anymore, and when they get an email from them 3 months later, they just hit that spam button instead of actually opening it, right? So you got to be consistent. I mean, think of all the years that you've been on my email list, and I mail out to you anywhere from 3 to 5 days a week, right? And it's content, it's value, and periodically I do make you offers to come to my live events and to invest in my programs to build your training business. Now, the other thing you want to do is you want to keep your emails conversational and personal, right? You don't want to sound sterile or businesslike. Even though you are a local business, people correspond well with email when it's a personal message. So whether you're writing to one person or 1,000 people, act as though you're talking to one person, a close friend, about fitness and fat loss, and keep it very conversational. And again, a great example that you can model is if you're on my email list, you see how I mail out to you. I mean, I truly look at each and every single person on my email list as a close friend, and I just write to one person. Of course, it gets mailed out to over 50,000 trainers worldwide, right? And that's exactly what we want. Because the more conversational and personal it is, the deeper the relationship gets built between you and your readers. So the next thing is you want to be consistent with your email broadcasts. And I talked about that just a second ago. If you're inconsistent with your email broadcasts, you're going to have inconsistent respondents and inconsistent buyers of your programs, right? And that's pretty darn frustrating if you ask me. And fourthly, you want to build your Goodwill bank account before you ever attempt to build your actual financial bank account. What I mean by that is you want to come to people with a giving hand, deliver value, content, position yourself, right? If there's 2 bank accounts, that Goodwill bank account, the way they feel about you, the likability factor should be way higher than being known as the guy or gal who just wants to sell them something, buy my training programs, buy my boot camp systems, buy, right? So come with goodwill and value first. And I would almost look at it as a 3-to-1 ratio, right? If you wanted a kind of a mental picture, a 3-to-1 ratio. So if you imagine a 3-story building and a 1-story building, your bank account for goodwill should be the 3-story building. Your bank account, for the amount of times you ask for money from them, should be the 1-story building. Now that doesn't mean that you're not going to do well making money, because if the goodwill is high with your email list, that one email broadcast that you send out to ask for money is going to do really, really well for you. Versus if you're always just blowing up your list, trying to get them to buy something from you and hardly ever delivering any goodwill, it doesn't matter how hard you try and sell them, they're not going to buy it because they don't know you, they don't like you, they don't trust you. And they may know you, and sadly they may know you as a shyster, as a person who's trying to always take money and not add value to their life. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to deal with a shyster. Now, so what kind of emails can you send out, right? That's the next question I get whenever I teach this to my private coaching clients is, well, all right, Pedro, so FitPro Newsletter sends out a weekly newsletter on my behalf once a week. What else can I send out the other time or the other 2 times per week? Well, there's actually 3 things that you can do. And those 3 types of emails are, let's talk about number 1 first, your content email. Content emails are actually really cool because they educate and inform, and your e-newsletter does that already. But if you can send out another content email, that'd be great. What kind of content can you send out? Well, you might go into your FitPro newsletter account, or you might go elsewhere, or you might just do it from your own mind or your own experience. But you might give some great tips and recipes that you've made in your own kitchen, reviews of exercise equipment and product and supplements, right? Things that people are already interested in. A great content email might be you taking the time to go to the Starbucks website and finding the top 5 drinks that are highest in calories and the top 5 drinks that are lowest in calories, and sending out an email to your email list saying, hey guys, if you're like me, you probably drink Starbucks too. So I took the time to go to their website and figure out what the top 5 drinks are for you to avoid and the top 5 drinks are for you to get that are lowest in calories, so you don't drink all this calories in and put on excess fat, right? That's a great content email. And so if you list off those 5 emails for them, or the 5 drinks that they should avoid and the 5 drinks they should focus on, how cool is that? You did something for them. You added value to their lives in ways that they probably could not have gone and done on their own or just didn't think of doing, right? You could also create 3 to 5 minute short videos, how-to videos, how to get flat abs, how to work your buns, right? How to work your arms, how to cook quick and easy healthy meals, how to pack snacks when you're on the go. These could be short videos that help position you, right? Build your expert credibility. They get to know, like, and trust you because they're interacting with you. And you put these how-to videos on YouTube, and then you just send out a broadcast to your email list saying, hey guys, I just made this awesome video where I teach you how to pack snacks, healthy, fun, easy, delicious tasting snacks, how you can pack them with you for the day when you're going on a business trip or when you're just going about your day, right? I mean, think of all the cool things you can do by delivering content, recipes, tips, and reviews to your email list. So content emails are fun and really critical to do to build a relationship. Thing number 3, or thing number 2, I should say, the type of email is case studies. Now, I love case studies because they are designed to showcase social proof. They're designed to position you. They're designed to pitch your programs under the radar in the coolest, awesomest way possible, right? So case study email, the formula is this: a star, story, and a solution is what you need. So let me give you a great case study email. So I might write an email to my list if I owned a fitness boot camp, and I might say, hey guys, I just want to let you know about my friend Susan. Susan is a client here at Fit Body Bootcamp Chino Hills, and she's been a client for about 6 months now. Recently, I was talking to Susan, and she told me how in the last 6 months she's lost over 28 pounds. And previously, she's tried pills, potions, powders, diet programs, and even exercise gadgets from infomercials, and nothing has worked for Susan until she got on board with Fit Body Bootcamp. She says the big thing that helps her out is the motivation, the support, and the fun and challenging workouts that we give her. Now, I don't know if you're like Susan, but if you are like Susan and you're busy throughout the day, you're a busy mom and a busy wife, don't have a lot of time, but can commit to at least 3 workouts a week for 30 minutes at a time, then you might want to consider checking in with us and letting us give you a free week to try us out. If that's you and you want to try us out for a free week, just reply to this email and let me know, and I'll give you a complimentary week, and you might want to get on board down the line just like Susan has. So what did we do? We created a star story solution, and it totally positioned you, right? And it was a pitch way under the radar. People love to learn about other people's success stories. So what you're doing by showcasing Susan, who's the star, right, of the star of the story, you're showcasing her success. You're letting the list know that, hey, she's tried pills, potions, powders, diet books, exercise gadgets, and she says nothing has worked. But in the last 6 months, she told me that she's lost 28 pounds with us. And so you're telling her story, right? So Susan is the star. Her story is all about how she's tried all these things and hasn't worked, but now she's lost 28 pounds working with you over the last 6 weeks. And the solution part is, hey, if you're like Susan, you're busy, you're a busy mom, you have a household and a spouse to take care of, well then, but you have at least 3 days a week, 30 minutes at a time, then you might want to reply to this email and let us give you a free week so that you can try us out, right? It's a really cool way, again, to use testimonials to storytell, to position yourself, to build your expert and social proof. Well, you're using social proof to build your expert status and your credibility. And of course, you're totally pitching under the radar in the coolest possible way without them ever feeling like, gosh, this person's hard selling me, right? So the next case study you might do is one about Bob, who's a busy executive, and he's tried everything. He's tried workouts on the go. He's used other personal trainers, But it wasn't until he came to your program and started working out with you 3 to 4 days a week and has gotten amazing results. Now, if you're like Bob and you have a busy lifestyle and you need a program that's based around your lifestyle that's going to give you the more energy and the confidence you need to go and take on the day, then you might want to reply to this email and let us give you a free week to try us out, right? It's all based around stars, stories to the solution. And best of all, you're pitching your business using other people's case studies. And what's really cool about that is your clients are actually getting a lot of value from it as well because they get to see their name in print on your email list. So that's pretty cool too. Now, the third and final email type is the pitch email. So assuming you've done everything we've talked about, you've delivered content, value, the Goodwill bank account is blowing up, right? You're just like the most awesome person. They expect your email, 2, 3 times a week. They can't wait to get it. They're totally pumped up about you. Well, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to start offering or sending out pitch emails. You can send out pitch emails once or twice a month. And the whole formula to a pitch email is one, your email or your offer has to be a low barrier offer. They just work best. By low barrier offer, I mean they have to be short-term programs, anywhere from 14-day programs to 6-week programs. Anything less than 14 days has not worked well, poor response, because people don't feel that they're getting true value in a 7, 8, 9, 10, 12-day program. And anything more than 6 weeks, you've lost their attention span, drop-off rate begins to really spike, so you don't want to go do an 8-week, 9-week, 12-week short-term program because the attention span's not going to hold. And these short-term programs all need to hover around under $100 a month or $100 for the program. So it's a 14-day fat furnace, $67. 16-day sexy slim down, $77. 21-day rapid fat loss program, $97. But keep them all under $100 and all short-term between 14 weeks or 14 days and 6 weeks. And one of the best things you can do for yourself is to name your promotions. Don't just say, hey, I'm having try this out for 14 days for $67. People want to know they're buying something cool, right? So let them know that, hey, what you're getting from me is the 14-day fat furnace. It's my new revolutionary 14-day training program. Or you're getting my 21-day rapid fat loss program, or my 16-day sexy slim down. Or, I want you to join my 6-week fitness ambassador contest. By naming your programs and having a thing about them, you're going to get a better response than just, hey, I'm giving a deal for a 6-week program. Who wants to sign up? That's not going to work well. So then let's talk about how to pitch, right? Because now that you know what you can pitch and the frequency that you can pitch, let's talk about how to pitch. So the best pitch emails are 3 email sequences. And again, if you're a coaching client of mine, or if you're on Fit Body Bootcamp, or if you have fitpronewsletter.com, then you already have a whole bunch of pre-crafted 3 email sequences that you can mail out to your list, right? Now, email number 1 typically just teases the program. So let's look at the 14-day Fat Furnace email sequence that I've crafted. The 14-day Fat Furnace email sequence, email number 1 just talks about, hey, I've discovered a faster way to burn fat. I've accidentally discovered this thing working with my clients. I'm perfecting it now, and I think it might be something that I end up launching and promoting to clients and non-clients alike. Just thought I'd tell you all about it. If it's something that you might be interested in, then stay tuned, right? So email number 1 just kind of teases this new thing that you've created and that you stumbled upon, and it kind of says what you've named it, right? In this case, the 14-day Fat Furnace. Email number 2 that'll go out in 2 days is the actual launch email. Email number 2 launches the promo. Says, hey, guess what? I told you all about my 14-day Fat Furnace program. Well, I've got good news for you. I'm actually launching it today. Today's the big day. I'm only looking for 17 people to get on board. It's $67. And with that, you get done-for-you meal plans to follow for those 14 days. We're going to have challenging, intense, but fun workouts and a follow-along meal plan. And it's only $67. I've never offered any of my programs for this low of a program price. So if this is what you want to do, either call me at this number or reply to this email, and we'll get you squared away as quickly as possible. So email number 2 is your launch email. And of course, email number 3 is your promotion email, your last and final promo email. I wrote prom here. It should be the third email promotes the promo and builds massive urgency. So email number 3 might be, hey, guess what? I've got amazing news to share with you. Turns out a lot more people wanted to get on board with my 14-day fat furnace program than I thought. So what I did is I took the time to open up more spots. So I have now opened up 27 spots. But as of writing you this email, there's 20 spots already taken, 7 spots remain, and the program starts this coming Monday. So this email might be going out on a Thursday or a Friday, just so you know. The program starts this coming Monday, and it's 14-day fat furnace program. It's designed to do X, Y, and Z, help you burn more fat, gain more confidence, and really build your muscle tone in a 14-day period as much as possible. Comes with follow-along meal plans, so you can get the most awesomest results ever. And oh, by the way, there's only 7 spots remaining. If you want one of these last 7 spots, you have to let me know now. Reply to this email or call me at this number, because the program starts on Monday, and we're not taking any new members on board after that, right? So now you've promoted your program again. You've built a lot of urgency because there's a sense of scarcity. And lo and behold, if I've seen plenty of trainers who have lists of 200, 300, 400 people, and they've gotten anywhere from 8 to 15 to 25 people on board from that very promotion at $67. Now, what's really neat about that is during those 14 days, you're going to use your closed client skills, right, your sales skills, to convert those 14-day promo clients into ongoing long-term clients. So, what are some of the big factors then in email marketing for fitness professionals? Factor number 1, you want to be consistent, right? Factor number 2, you want to be genuine with your list, right? So you want to be consistent, mail out 2 or 3 times a week, every week on a consistent basis. Again, if you have FitPro newsletter, it already mails out for you once a week. So you really just have one more email to send out each week, if not a second one if you feel so creative, right? But you got to be consistent. They got to hear from you continuously so that they can build that rapport and that trust factor with you. Thing number 2, obviously, is to be genuine. Speak to them like you're speaking to a close friend and not to a mass amount of people, right? Thing number 3 is to build your expert status and your credibility using case study emails, right? Content emails, and through pitching. So the more people that you can showcase that you've changed and helped and transformed, the better, right? Thing number 4 is you want to build your Goodwill bank account, come with value. Let them know that you care in delivering value to them first, content first, and of course then tapping into their bank account second, which really should be true as fitness professionals. I'm really proud to say that we're all value driven for the most part. Every now and again I see a kind of a crummy trainer out there, but what's really neat is our entire industry is driven on helping others and delivering value. And when you're promoting, of course, you want to promote with strategy. Don't just send out a random email saying, hey, come to my program, this is the time, this is the place, and just bring $20 with you, right? You want to promote with strategy. Name your program. Have a 3 or 4 email sequence promoted. Remember, email number 1 teases the program. Email number 2 launches the program. Email number 3 sells the program, builds urgency, and lets them know the door's about to close, right? Those are all the triggers that get people to take action and to buy your programs. So you've got to do that. So you promote with strategy and not just haphazardly. And last but not least, and this is common sense to all of us, just be cool, right? When you're cool, when you're awesome to people, you deliver value and content, you're just, conversational and keep things very personal. As far as your communication goes, it's a lot easier to build rapport with people. There's a guy named Hank Moody, right? I forget the show that Hank Moody does, but there's a guy named Hank Moody. It's escaping me right now. It's a great show. I think it's on Showtime or something. But you just want to be kind of like Hank Moody. Everybody loves him, even though he can be crass and whatever. Everybody loves him. You can't not love him, right? Or you can think about Fonz from Happy Days, right? He's cool. Everybody loves him. And why wouldn't you want to work with somebody like the Fonz? So I hope this gives you a better understanding of what email marketing is, because over the last 8 months that we've been working together on the Fitness Business Accelerator program, we've been, talking about building your email list. And imagine if you've been doing everything that I've said in this time and I put in front of you, you should have a list of about 500 to 1,000 people on your list. And if you do, then these are the factors that are going to force multiply your email marketing and get you more clients and into your funnel. And of course, the more short-term, low barrier clients that you have in your funnel, the more likely you are to convert them into ongoing clients. So with that, I will open it up for questions. Let me just turn off this recording.